What's up, YouTube? It's Hello Scott. About to make a part 2 video of why Paul George left the Clippers and my reaction to it. I was just about to watch this video by myself too, but I said, you know what? Why not react to it? So let's just do it now. And as the video goes, I'll be giving my thoughts about it. So let's get to it.
How I told you guys how it all played out. You know,
Conversations with Kawhi before you made the decision to leave the Clippers. When did you have that conversation and how did it go?
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I owed Kawhi that conversation. I called him up and was just like, man, listen, I think I'm gonna go elsewhere. Like conversations with the Clippers didn't go how I wanted to. I kind of broke down how I told you guys how it all played out. And we had that conversation and I was like, man, like I gotta do what's best. And I mean he understood. He go get your bag. He's like, P, go get your bag. Like, I can't even be mad at you. So, I thought, and I look at Kawhi as one of my best friends in this league, somebody that, I fuck with. Like, our families, love each other. So it was tough to leave him. Just with, how much I enjoyed being out there with him. That was one of a big decision too. That weighed a lot on me was just
If it was really so tough and it really wasn't about the money, why not do a 145 or a 149? No trade clause. I don't think that was out the window. Maybe it was. I don't know. I was not in that conference room. I was not with them walking around the stadium negotiating a deal. But considering he said he wouldn't budge, I don't think he said that because he said he wouldn't budge on the deal. So, put two and two together. I don't think he would have even took 149. So, are you sure it wasn't about the money?
damn, I'm leaving my boy, like leaving why. But I had to have that conversation with him. We talked and he gave me his blessings of like, man, just, go do what's best for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever had the conversation on the podcast, but if you wouldn't mind rewinding a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, the Paul George and Kawhi duo has to be the most injury-prone duo in all the NBA history, if not top three. Maybe Portland might have them beat, like early 2000s Portland, maybe whatever era Portland Greg Oden was on, maybe they might have them beat. I don't. It was what was it, three or two of them that was all stars that kept getting injured back to back. Well, I think it was him and Brandon Roy and somebody else. Whatever, they might have them beat, but outside of that, it's a very tough conversation for him and Kawhi not being one of the worst injury-prone duos in NBA history, as supposedly the best two on the team.
And kind of taking us through the origin story of you and Kawhi actually joining the Clippers. Like, what do you remember most about that time?
Yeah, I get flack for this too, right? Like people give me shit for this too, of thinking I was the reason that Thunder team broke up, which was not the case. Again, it was me having to do what was best for me in that situation. So after,
Honestly, what I remember correctly is I think OKC broke up because somebody tried to trade Russell Westbrook and Paul George to Toronto, and the trade got declined. Then after that, both of him and Russell tried to leave. That's what I heard, but that might not even be true. So let's just keep listening to this.
Toronto wins, right?
Right.
Y and them win it. I text Y. Congrats, bro. I think he ended up calling me right after. What you gonna do? What you mean? Like, what you gonna do? Like, you comfortable there? You good there? I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, I just resigned. Like, yeah, we gonna try to do this shit next year. Like, he like, nah. I hear people trying to get out of there. Let me call you back. That was the initial start of that conversation, and then me and him was just working on how can we make this happen. And I was close to going to Toronto. Like we were deciding to go to Toronto or the Clippers. Ultimately, the Clippers put something better, a better package together, a better trade package.
That's interesting to know. I did not know Kawhi Leonard was I did not know he was debating on staying in Toronto. That's interesting.
Together that sent me to LA. But I was close. I was close to he was gonna re-sign to Toronto and we was gonna go to Toronto. That was the origin and the beginning of that story. And it was just a whirlwind of how it played out.
It seems like yesterday, which is crazy.
It does.
Like if you really, I remember Kawhi getting off that plane, and it was talk about a wild time in the NBA offseason.
It was a whirlwind of how that shit played out. That shit was a lot. Figuring out how to get me to LA, but we made it happen.
So P, I heard a little birdie during that time that you guys actually met at Drake's house. Is there any truth in that?
Yeah, there. We linked up. So it was Drake's crib when he was in Hidden Hills, and at the time I was living in Hidden Hills. So Drake was probably like 5 minutes around the corner from me. So I like, man, pull up, let's chop it up. So I pulled up, we chopped it up, what did it look like, how to happen, and if it was even a chance. So that was kind of too, like after that phone conversation, that was kind of like the next phase of us linking up and talking that through. But it was a bit of both. It was also to like congratulate them because this was why they just won it. So it was like, it was a congratulation, like, shit, you did it, bro. So it was a lot of that more so than anything.
You mentioned that it could have worked out in Toronto possibly. So I would assume you going to Drake's house, was Drake there? And was he kind of pitching to you? Was that a little bit that you were just talking about? Was Drake saying, P, come to T-Dot, come to Toronto?
Yeah. No, Drake actually was out of town. Drake was actually out of town.
What?
Yeah.
He just got people at his house when he not there? What?
The man just won him a championship. Like,
he was celebrating.
So what?
Why wouldn't he give him his crib?
It don't matter. It's my crib.
That is a little weird. But Drake is a little weird. But I guess at the same time, well, millionaires steal from. No, so I'm looking at it from that point of view, I kind of get it. Let's be honest. Drake got probably fucking 100 cameras in his house. That's probably his 7th fucking house. So I guess as a millionaire, you be more, oh, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. Y'all, we friends, whatever. You just won me a championship, whatever. Whatever. But I could be wrong. Assuming he's not, I'll say it better like this. Assuming he's not of Drake's status or stature, or maybe not even have an NBA championship, he probably wouldn't understand. So looking at it from Drake's point of view, it's probably his 7th fucking house. Why would they're millionaires? Who the fuck? Why would you wouldn't steal from me? Plus, he got he got however many cameras in his house. So I kind of get it. But being an average person, like looking at it from a regular perspective, that is kind of weird. So I see what he's saying, and I see what PG's saying.
Shit, I don't care how much money I got. Y'all let my crib, just people all up in my crib.
It's Drake.
It's
Drake.
Damn, that's balling.
You don't
that's
care.
awesome,
like you just want me a chip. I don't give a damn.
Damn,
do what you do.
Wasn't even there. How that feel? You in somebody's house that's not even there.
I mean, I was like,
You were like, what?
Yeah, I was hyped. Like, oh shit, Drake over there too. Cool. I'll kick it with both of y'all.
Kawhi answered the door. Welcome.
Yeah. What if I felt like I was in a museum?
Nah, Drizzy wasn't there. Drizzy wasn't there at the time.
Here. You ugly. Somebody's house that ain't even there. Get your ass out their house.
Drizzy wasn't there. I have been to his crib once though, where he was there. His Toronto crib.
The Toronto crib.
Yeah.
How was that one?
Crazy. That house is stupid.
Crazy house.
Crazy house.
How
I know
many
it's off
rooms?
subject, but while we're on the subject of Drake house,
It was crazy.
it was stupid.
Shit you ain't never seen.
Like he got a club in his shit.
A club inside the
The
crib.
full court basketball shit is crazy. He got a club in his shit. He got a big ass indoor pool. He got 2 fucking studios.
Two fucking
His
studios.
crib is
How many?
nuts.
Yeah, never mind. He's Toronto.
And then his award room was just
Stacked.
he got so many awards, so many collectibles. Like
More than anyone.
Damn, you just
Yeah, I just want to make that clear.
they not like us.
Yeah, chill. No.
Stop. Don't.
Shout out Drizzy,
stop.
man.
Don't do
Shout out
that.
both
Don't
goats.
do that.
This episode is
All right, so even though it kind of drifted off, I will say this to kind of bring it back to point. To be honest, left the Clippers, I think we'll be fine. And the reasoning is, okay, well, if Kawhi get injured again, okay, yeah, we're in trouble. But let's say we have a lucky season, right? Kawhi play like 70-some games. James Harden play like 70-some games. Russell Westbrook play 70-some games. They got Kevin Porter Jr., who was like, oh, I thought someone was in my room. They got Kevin Porter Jr., who is like I don't know, a unseasoned James Harden. Let me say it like that. He's kind of like I don't know. What's a good y'all know how they be saying the Michael Jordan of Jason Tatum's? No, the Michael Jordan of the Michael Jordan of what's the name of that dude? Tobias Harris is Jason Tatum. He's the hmm I don't know, man. He's the what is he? He's the something of James Harden. Who's I don't know. You guys get the point, right? He's kind of like James Harden, but on a lower scale. I don't like to use poor man's because that sounds disrespectful. I don't like to say, Dollar General. That sounds disrespectful. It's funny. People say, to me, when people say, oh, he's the Walmart version of him, ain't Walmart like the best store in the world? So I don't even think that's that bad. Great value. Sure, he's a great value, James Harden. I'm gonna start saying that because saying, oh, he's the Michael Jordan of fucking Trey Young's, chance that's probably Stephen Curry. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to think of a mid player to say, okay, he's the mid version of James Harden. Even though, I mean, you guys get the point, right? He's a great value, James Harden. He's good. So them at the 1 and 2, then Kawhi small forward. Uh, if Russell, I don't know. I really don't know how that go. That's why I'm getting into this stuff so I can learn. Honestly, if Kawhi doesn't get injured, actually, if anybody gets injured in the starting lineup, it's probably wraps. So if nobody gets a serious season habilitating injury, I think we'll be fine. Because let's be honest, James Harden and Paul George, they do the same thing, except James Harden the better passer. What's the point of having both of them there if both of them ball dominant, and Kawhi ball dominant, and Russell Westbrook ball dominant? I would assume. I think. I think Kevin Porter Jr. could take a back seat. He ain't gonna have no fucking choice. Actually, he's automatically the third option. So he don't got no damn choice. So, and I think Kawhi would stop being ball dominant for James Harden. Now Russell Westbrook, I don't know if he still be the sixth man or not, but that's another conversation. But because James Harden is there, I'm sure he can fill the role of what Paul George was doing, but with better playmaking because he's a better natural playmaker. He's a better natural playmaker, not a better defender, but I don't care. James Harden could average a double-double if he wanted to. I know you might say, "Oh, he's out his prime." Sure, fine. He's for a couple years he struggled, but after what I've seen in these playoffs, he he might have got a bit of it back, just a little bit, because he kind of turned back the clock a little bit. I think he might have been suffering with the hamstring thing for maybe like 2 seasons or so. He might have been suffering with it, but for what I've seen what he did in the playoffs, hey, it wasn't his fault they lost. I'll just put it like that. But if you guys like the video, subscribe if you want no pressure, and I'll see y'all sellouts on the next one.